Live from Pro Tour Valencia, it's the Slam Dunklers.
Welcome here. We have the Dunklers coming live from day 2 of Pro Tour Valencia. This is Saturday night. The dust has settled. They got a top 8 that we don't really care about. And we've got shout-outs to Buffalo's own Kai Burnett. 40th place. He is top 40 at the Pro Tour. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. As if he doesn't get enough shout-outs, you just go ahead.
Oh, I know.
It's 40th at the Pro Tour.
You know, it really, it's good, but like it kind of pales in comparison to Vinny Shabetter's 28th at the F&M yesterday.
I mean, that's a top 32 bout for Shabetta.
You know, it is. I mean, that's the line of demarcation there.
Yeah, it was really weird because there was only 16 people at F&M, but it is what it is.
So as I had mentioned on the little post thing that I had put up about shout-outs to Kai, well, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's so much in this snap. Let's we'll save that for later. But big news: Buffalo gets a PTQ.
Yeah, crazy.
This is definitely just the culmination of a lot of work by a lot of different people.
Yeah.
I'll list them off here. I know you did a very good job, helped grow in the Buffalo community. Ryan from Dark Forest, Joe from Collectors, Comedy Central for Aaron Key and Peele. Things like that goes a long way. Guys, more experienced players are up. The new guys play. Guys like Dio who gets people involved and helps them play more and all that stuff. Who else to shout out for this? Alex Bianchi.
Yeah, I was gonna say shout out to Alex Bianchi.
Clearly.
Obviously.
But yeah, so Buffalo gets a PTQ last weekend of March. And I am currently in the preliminary / planning / discussion / all that stuff to stream feature matches and stream the event live on twitch.tv.
That'd be pretty sweet.
So, yes, we're working on it. But that also means I will be back for that PTQ. On top of that, I'm also going to be back this weekend, whole week coming up, so I'll probably be at an F&M, and all that. So, I'll be back in Buffalo, doing it up.
Ooh, I'm sorry for you.
I
have to come back.
I know, the weather's been so nice and all this, but on the plus, I'll get to go to an F&M where the opponents are just really, really soft, and the trade binders might be a little the trade binders might be a little more ripe now that I've gone for a while.
Yeah, that's true. You might come back, and some people might have actually got some cards, not just burned them like they have been.
Yeah, but yeah, so I'll be back to PTQ. So we're talking about this. It's gonna be whatever. Just go to the PTQ. Bunch of people are gonna be there. It's pretty much, it'd be a great place to say hi to Kai Burnett and wish him luck as he goes to the next PTQ because he's going to win this one. And
yeah, I was really hoping that he would top 25 this PT so that he wouldn't be able to play.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure how it works. I know he's got a lot of pro points for this season or session or whatever.
That's true, he might.
I think he might be silver level or something. I don't know how it works.
That would be sweet for us that want to win a PTQ.
No,
because
he'll just delay it for the next one and then just spike this PTQ like it's his, like it's his
That's
job.
true. He would delay it, or he would just do it for airfare, or
Yeah, just to hate, just to invite deny.
To buy deny, to Mike Thomas buy deny.
This is 2 Mike Thomas references in the last 2 minutes. We were John. I'm not the most active social life individual. That doesn't make any sense. Social life individual.
But what you said explains why.
Exactly. This is how I string together sentences of poorly chosen words.
Yeah,
when I'm talking to you.
Like laughing your ass off when your date says that she went to Duquesne University.
I stand by that.
So do I. I would have faulted you otherwise.
Yeah, I say things like that, just out John. Just imagine how I'm in front of actual people. But yeah, so John is going to the roller derby tonight.
Yeah.
And we are on the lookout for the Buffalo Magic legend. Okay.
Yes.
We don't have an actual segment for this. We should do like the Legend of Buffalo Magic.
We should, and this is the first, the originator.
This is it. This has got to be our Cheese and Caracas segment because Caracas is a legendary land from. This is our Cheese and Caracas segment. See?
Yes, the Cheese and Caracas
here.
over here.
We are giving some lookout, some props, some all that stuff to Buffalo's own Mike Thomas.
Mike Thomas, the legend.
No idea who he is. Never met him.
Never met him. I know very little about him, but
he had a really, really high DCI rating when the rating system was around.
Back when the rating system was around, I before I actually moved to Buffalo, I would always check the DCI ratings as it was public information. I would always check like the top rated players in either Rochester or Buffalo, and it was always Mike Thomas by like a landslide. Like it would be like. You'd have Kai and Ken and a couple other guys like in the like high 1800s maybe. Kai sometimes might break 1900. And then you'd have Mike Thomas at like 21.
Yeah, he was like 2019 for the longest time.
Never lower than 2000. I've never seen him lower than 2000. I've also never seen him play an event.
Might actually just be a fake account.
Well, no, because I when I moved to Buffalo, I asked people like, who's Mike Thomas, and a lot of people didn't know. But then some of the old time guys that I saw collectors like Dio knows about him, and a couple of the other guys they're like, oh yeah, Mike Thomas, he used to play. He taught a bunch of us how to play, and apparently someone got screwed by him in a PTQ or something because he was a judge. I don't know. There's a lot of myths about Mike Thomas, but the one thing that is for sure is that his Facebook profile picture was him in a chicken suit.
Yes,
so.
We were informed that that's the problem. We don't know if he's real or not. He might actually just no one's actually seen his face. He plays Magic in the chicken suit.
Right.
Mike Thomas apparently judges or is a referee at roller derby. And he wears a chicken suit.
Yeah.
So John's on the lookout for this. I don't know why we're talking about this, but I would hate myself if we didn't.
Yep. That's the Cheese and Caracas segment.
Cheese and Caracas, done over, all good. So, yes. Oh, in other news, there was 40 dual land and airfare and entry to a huge legacy event in France. Historic Tales of Adventure out in somewhere in Pennsylvania. I'm Facebook friends with the one guy who owns it. He's like a judge in this and that. So long story short, they're streaming it. I said, I'll check it out, whatever. So who's streaming it? None other than Eric Smith, Star City champion winner or something or other, and GFabs.
Nice.
So they're streaming it, and I'm like, okay, let's have some fun here. I put my thing in, I'm talking this and that, and I start asking some of these dumbass questions, right?
Yeah.
Just weird stuff. And Mitch gets on. Mitch is watching it too, and we're saying just like weird stuff. We're calling out Fabiano for like the dumbest. He's like, yeah, silver gills are $15. I'm like, no, they're not. They're $5. Eat it. And then like Fabiano's going on about like. He pulls out a spell stutter sprite and a tombstalker, and he's doing like this little like almost like marionette theater with the two cards. And I will never ever look at Tombstalker the same way. I'm pretty sure that like whenever I see Tombstalker now, this is why Matt Radijak loves Tombstalker. Tombstalker is the rapist of Magic cards. It was weird because he was doing like these like Scottish voices. He's like, I'm a spell starter, sprite this and that. And he's like, I'm Tombstalker, and like all like intimidating. And it's like he's like, oh, I don't like you. He's like, I don't want like, spell starter's like, I don't want to play with you. And Tombstalker's like, you'll play with me if I want.
Also, it was like it was like his Magic rendition of the song Blurred Lines.
I don't know what Blurred Lines is, but I'll take your word for it.
It's okay, yeah. You can just take my word for it.
Yeah, we also got GFabs to give a shout out to Mitch Grosovsky's sister.
Nice. That's awesome. So
I was doing it up. I was actually watching it and like just posting like the dumbest stuff. It was so fun. That's like awesome. I'm trying to like watch just to make sure like hey, if I actually stream and do this like the webcast of the PTQ, I was like, oh, this is what to do, what not to do, and it's I got like 2 do's and like 55 don'ts. So that picture the Kai Burnett special limited edition token. That we're
oh man, that's
the limited edition Kai Burnett token.
That is so
we'll be
good.
giving away at the Buffalo PTQ. And on top of that, if we get a bunch of people to watch the stream, we'll give away some Kai tokens, maybe some other prizes, things like this. Be giving away a lot of stuff. In other giveaway news, the Dunklers went out of their way to give to make the special tokens or the special bolts from MG Mitch Alter, whatever Mitch is doing. MG Alters, yeah. And the winner didn't actually not listen to the podcast, so this is the problem here. You don't listen to the podcast, you don't get the swag.
Yep.
So we need to come up with a quick giveaway to do it now. We'll do one of those like underground giveaways. We're not going to mention it, so if anyone listens to the podcast, they'll have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. What should we do? We can just have someone who listens to the podcast message one of us, I guess, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. How about
first person to message us? Not first person.
It can't be first person, yeah.
No, it's if you hear this right now, you listen to the podcast, message either me or Joe, personal or private message, and just tell us the funniest magic-related either joke or story you have. It doesn't need to involve us. Just tell us some sort of magic-related joke. It could be a stupid, magic pun or joke.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a joke. Just like cheese and Caracas. That's
anything funny. Anything funny that is related to magic, send it to one of us, and we'll pick the winner, and we will spoil it on the next cast. So
yes, or
listen to this one now and listen to the next one.
There you go. Yeah. On top of that, we're trying to keep getting the viewers up and the listeners up and all that. So share it with all your magic friends. Post like the podcast stuff and like your random like Facebook groups. If you're in like a random legacy group or a random like we collect this card group or
Reddit if you use Reddit.
Oh yeah, post it on Reddit.
Oh, yeah. It'll definitely be the best thing on Reddit.
Oh yeah. Speaking of things on Reddit, John, what is on Reddit that you just love?
Okay, so this was from a couple weeks ago, but every once in a while I'll just go on the Magic Reddit to see if there's anything new, like any discussions. Like they usually anything that's new in Magic that's not an official release and stuff that is official release will probably get spoiled on Reddit first, and it'll get talked about or whatever. So for instance, the conspiracy thing I saw on Reddit and like all that stuff. So I go on there every once in a while, check. Well, as I've said in previous casts, usually
you love Reddit.
Most of the things are just stupid pictures of people who have
my girlfriend made me a magic cake.
My girlfriend made me magic cupcakes. Oh, there's a black magic symbol. It's so stupid. So most of that stuff's dumb. Well, it somehow got dumber. So
you better believe it.
I see a post about someone. It's like Heliod, god of funk or something, or god of jazz, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is a cool altar, because sometimes the altars on there are good. Most of the time they're garbage, but sometimes they're good. So I'll check out the altars.
Yeah, there's always a decent altar here or there.
I like the altars. They're sometimes they're funny, sometimes it's really good. Yeah. So I look on there, and this is just a MS Paint. Not like Neil Lafort blows this out of the water. It's like a not even Photoshop. It's just a picture of like Heliod, and he's got like a trumpet or something. Just like post it. And I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So I back out, and then I see Thassa, god of I don't even know what.
Slow jazz.
Long story short, there's 5 different threads. They're not all in the same thread. There's 5 different threads of all the gods with different jazz instruments, not altered, not like done really well or in like a different pose, or like someone drew a picture of Thassa playing the mandolin. It was just the card picture with like a pasted picture of a trumpet on it.
The picture was actually square. They didn't actually try to
it was terrible.
Do the perfect fit or yeah.
I mean they put minimal effort into it. It wasn't completely just like
probably 7,000 likes.
A clip art. Yeah, it was probably on the top of Reddit for like 5 days, and like, oh my god, it was so stupid. Like
so that's the problem. We would not do well on Reddit because we're like the sophisticated podcast. in terms, and it's a joke, but at the same time, like, we throw these puns around that are way too clever for the average Magic player.
Yeah,
yeah. Thassa, god of the funk. Come on, that's all you got. That's the best you got.
Yeah,
not even a pun on the name.
Nothing. And like, oh man, like that's why I just stay away from Reddit. And I tell people, a lot of my friends that play video games but don't play Magic are like, "Oh, John, what should I do to go play? Or, what kind of resource would I use to play Magic?" And they're used to going, if they want to play like Dota, they'll go on the Dota subreddit and they'll get a lot of useful information. Even the Hearthstone subreddit has a lot of useful information and stuff, although that's slowly devolving too. But I tell people to stay as far away from the Magic subreddit as possible because it's a bunch of stupid art and stupid cupcake pictures, and there's nothing good on it at all. It's terrible. They should take the subreddit down. They should burn it to the ground. That's about all I have to say about that without just going into a fit of rage.
I could, yeah, it seems awful. I don't know. Like, you would think that of all the collective internet, like there's a lot of witty people out there that clearly just none on the Magic subreddit.
No, it's like you think you feel nerdy or like you feel a little too into it sometimes. Then you go on the Magic subreddit and you're like, oh no, I'm just fine. I'm just fine. Everyone else is just so much worse. It's terrible. It is really bad.
So on top of that, I need to. This one has been meaning to talk about for a while, but it's there was actually an event, whatever, something. Someone messaged me. I'm not going to say who, because that person does not get shout-outs on the podcast. And suck it, sir. He was talking about clearly not like women talk to me.
Only Duquesne dimes.
Only the more like a Duquesne fiver. But yeah, so this person was saying that hey, I'm just getting ready to go to this event and this and that, and they're working on getting car and getting hotel set up, and the person's like, yeah, hey, I need a ride, would that be okay? Can we do this? Drop me off at my parents' house. Okay, cool, yeah, I'll stay at your parents' house. No, just me. So, like, I think that's for, like, if you're asking for, like, a ride to an event and, like, you don't have your friends stay your parents' house, that's kind of, I mean, there might be some circumstances, but at the same time, that's pretty rough. So, we're giving some, just, you thought Kai was getting props. We're giving a shout out to Larry and Darren.
Yes.
These guys are, like, I cannot give props to them enough for, having a bunch of people stay at their house for, not even their house. Stay at their parents' house for a Magic event. Cramming 8, 10, 12 people in for an event, for a couple of days is actually really, it's a decent amount of work, and it's really cool that they do that. And, I mean, it's, the whole, like, hey, thanks. It's trivial at a time, but, like, it's such a, to have that many people stay at a house is such a big deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's not only it saves money, it also builds, like, it helps with testing. It does so much. It's really cool, and it helps really build the Magic community, and it can't give shout-outs to them enough. So if you guys, tell your parents we appreciate all that, and we're still talking about it. Yeah. It made that big of an impact on us.
Yeah, and a little somewhat related story real quick. So when we were going to go to GP Boston like 2 years ago or a year ago or whatever, my aunt lives in Boston, and I talked to her. I'm like, oh, can we get so-and-so people to stay? And she's like, oh, yeah, that'd be fine. And I'm like, we didn't end up going because we got a hotel anyway, but you don't make... You pretty much, when you make a room or when you find a place to stay, you do it for your whole car. It's not an every man for himself sort of thing. You got to kind of build and even sometimes you'll pick up people that aren't in your car to stay in your hotel. Yeah. You really don't, especially you definitely don't ask someone to drive you to an event and then not, offer to,
Yeah, because I mean, so many times, like, it's one of those things, like, karma. I don't really believe in karma and all that stuff, but
it's pronounced caramel, actually.
I believe in caramello. I believe in caramello, but
Anthony.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like,
I got to alienate the viewer somehow.
Well, as our basketball reference for the episode.
Yeah, there we go.
But it's a big thing because in Magic, it does kind of come around and go around because, when you travel to a lot of events, hey, maybe, if if you're gonna try to bum a ride and not hook us up with a place to stay or things like that, and or I might not let you borrow cars next time, or I might not want to test with you, I might not want to drive with you, and that's how you get people disliking other people. Like you need to you need to do what's best for the community, and on top of that too, from my experience, people's mothers and fathers love having a bunch of their child's friends at their house for a weekend because. Right. When your kid moves out and, hey, you get to see him and their friends and you get to interact with them. And it's kind of cool for a weekend. Cause I mean, parents, they're always paternal. Like when you have a kid, like you're always your parent's child. Yeah. And like they might miss it, they might like it. So I mean, you just ask. It never hurts to ask.
And like worst case scenario, if you don't have the money to stay at a hotel or whatever, or you want to stay at your parents' house, and your parents for whatever reason, which it's fine with them if they don't want to have people over. If you want to stay with them and they don't want to have people over, then just drive yourself. It's as easy as that.
It gets really complicated too. It gets really awkward, but
yeah,
enough of that.
Yeah. Negative shout-outs have been doled out.
Yeah, that's really all we could ask for. So, on top of that, the government was actually doing a background check on me. In all seriousness, they were doing a background check for government stuff, so I could, whatever. So I had to give names and references of people I know and things like that. So I'm going to give you a list of the 5 people I actively chose not to give them names and numbers for.
Okay.
In no particular order. Joe Steet.
All right.
Story time with Joe Steet would get both of us arrested.
That is true.
That is probably true. Number 2, Vinny Sciabetta. There really needs to be no explanation there.
Okay.
But at the same time, I feel like he'd walk into the interview with like 2 liters of pop in a 4-course meal and just eat during the whole interview. I could see him like wiping his hands on like the paperwork. Just dabbing it off with ranch dressing.
Get ranched.
Get ranched.
All right, who else?
Bryant Tyson.
Oh, come on, why not?
Tyson, while a nice, respectable person, like you don't want to have a guy who looks like he's 14 in a reference. You can't have it. Be like, how do you know Joe? Oh, I met him. I met him 4 or 5 years ago. You were hanging out with him when you were 10 years old? That's kind of creepy.
Another arrest warrant.
Another arrest warrant. I mean, that's what happens. You can't have it. Can't have something like that happen.
All right, who else?
Ken Tober.
Okay.
Cannot have a Ken Tober doing this because God forbid. Oh my God! He would chastise that person. Why do you ask me that question, shitty?
So here, if Ken's listening, he obviously isn't, but there'd be a chance that I don't know if you know this reference or not, but if the interviewer was wearing a Lunchables shirt, there's no chance that Ken would be able to tolerate the person.
About the Lunchables.
Would beat them up and yet another arrest warrant. So you're 3 for 4 on arrest warrants. Who's the 5th?
Nick Cummings.
And why is that?
Chocolate milk.
Enough said.
Nick Cummings loves chocolate milk in the morning. So, if you ever want to get pumped for a Magic event, you just down some chocolate milk beforehand.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
That car's gone, man.
Car's gone? Oh, that's brutal.
It's sad.
So speaking about getting pumped for big Magic events, we have more props to Kai. Kai got us a special deck tech from the Magic Pro Tour coverage desk. There's a deck tech with our very own Rich Hagan.
Hello and welcome here to Pro Tour Born of the Gods. We are here with Joe Shea. Hello, Joe. How are you doing here today?
Doing well. I'm 3-0 in the modern portion, Rich. Tearing it up.
Beautiful. So we have here a very interesting deck. We haven't seen one quite like this before. What do you have? What is the name of this deck?
This is the Joe Shea Agro Loam deck. Playing with my pet card, Life from the Loam.
Yeah. So it's got a the aggressive part, and it's got the Live from the Loam engine. Let's take a look at the deck list here. You see, you've got your 4 Live from the Loam. That's of course
Those
standard.
are the Ravnica foils.
Ravnica foils, even. We've got its partner in crime, Seismic Assault.
Run 3 seismics there.
We've got a Liliana of the Veil.
4 Dunkler Mitvisors.
For Dunkler Mitvisor, can you explain the name on that one? Why did you choose the German one?
Gives a shout out to the Buffalo's best podcast, the Slam Dunklers.
Of course, it is unrivaled in Buffalo podcast.
I know, and they only reveal basic lands, so I take no damage off them.
And here's an interesting choice you've got here. You've got an additional 4 Live from the Loams in the main deck. What was your methodology on that one?
Loam is such a powerful effect that you want to have that graveyard recursion. So, truth be told, I mean, the more Loams, the better. I mean, if you're dredging and just more seismic assault fodder right there.
And it actually looks like you've got a 3rd set of Live from the Loams.
They were in the dual deck, Golgari, is it? So I got to run 4 of those as well.
I'm not actually sure that's how it works, Joe. You can't just use different arts up for it. I'm going to have to contact a judge, but let's take a look at the sideboard first. It looks like you've got a 16-card sideboard, and all 16 cards are Live from the Loam. What do you bring those in against?
You want to have them in case they do have Deathrite Shaman. Well, Deathrite got banned, so I guess we're okay now. In case they surgical extraction, they surgical extract the 4. You just show them the 4, and then you've got another set waiting for you in your hand.
So that's a pretty good strategy. Oh, and there's actually a 17th card, and I know that we've gotten this one on camera before from your GP victory. It looks like a miscut foil messenger speed.
That Confidant can swing with haste.
That you took over an Elspeth to pass to the legendary Shuhei Nakamura in the draft portion.
Yeah, it's the messenger speed got me there, and it's going to get me here at the finals of Pro Tour Born of the Gods.
All right, thank you, Joe, and we're going to pass it back to BDM and Randy in the booth here at Pro Tour Born of the Gods. I'm pretty sure that's not the music.
Is that porn music? I get it out. Life from the Loam. Just for reference, another update is Kai ended up he beat Shahar Shenhar, so nice. The Tom Martell hug curse continues for Shenhar.
Yeah,
and this might be lost in there. He also Kai beat Lost in the Woods. Kai, speaking of Lost in the Woods, Kai has beaten Canadian Pro Tour champion
Alexander Hayne
again. Like
all
he does is beat. I'm pretty sure if we do a DNA test, Kai is actually Hayne's father.
And if you look at this 3/3 this special edition Beast token, you cannot blame you can.
Yeah, the special Kai Burnett token. We're going to be giving this away at the PTQ, so make sure you stop by the station this night if we're doing it. We're working on it, trying to get the audio video set. Justin's just a wizard on this, so he's I guess he's apparently got so much of this stuff figured out already. He's working on it, so we're hoping to get that done.
Sweet.
I mean, ideally, like I don't know what the plans are for that, but if we could do feature matches, I would love to do that. Maybe have a couple giveaways.
Yeah, it's at some hotel. It's at a bigger venue, yeah. So we might be able to get a nice little station for it.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure that. We might be in a separate room from the from the matches, so the audio is not going to carry, and we won't be giving away information. But
yeah.
Ideally, if I don't want to do this and call people out, but I do. This is an open. I was gonna type this out. I was doing like an open letter to Dave and Adams. Don't screw this PTQ up.
Please don't.
A lot of people who just really love Magic, put a lot of effort and time into. I mean, I know David Adams did a job in getting it all, getting it in this and that, but the community was built, and we had a lot of people. We've got like 200 people playing FNMs throughout the Buffalo area, and then you could just add like another 100 in the the outlying parts.
South towns.
Yeah, the north towns and wherever the hell Newfane is. But yeah, we put in a lot of work in getting this, so just don't screw it up. I mean, I don't know who's doing all the organization for the PTQ and stuff, but make sure you get everything taken care of. Make sure it's run smoothly. Make sure you take care of the guys who are possibly doing the stream. Yeah. Make sure you do some giveaways. Maybe partner with us to do a free giveaway, maybe a free entry into the PTQ if you like the Slam Dunklers and you like the page and this and that, and maybe give away something else if we get like 50 viewers and something else we get 100, and maybe do a trivia question. I don't know. Maybe we do something like that.
Maybe they can sponsor a buyout for Alex Bianchi and have him guest commentate as well.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out like a second commentator or something. I know Justin's gonna be doing it for a while. Justin's got to go to a hockey game because he works for the Sabres or just some other shit like that. But for the future, so he can't be in the PTQ. So
Justin works for the Sabres.
It's like a side job or something.
Right. Remind me to ask you about that after the cast.
Yeah, you're not getting free stuff.
No, just remind me to ask.
That's fine. So he's doing that. So he can't play in the PTQ, which is kind of shitty. So hopefully he's actually apparently tearing it up at limited events. Like he's done like a couple drafts. He went to some other, it was either David, he went to like 2 pre-releases and he went to like 2 drafts. I guess he's like had like 1 loss and he's like got like 18 or 19 wins or something. So
wow.
It'd be nice to have someone in the booth with me who actually knows what they're doing in terms of limited.
I actually started playing again, at least a little bit.
Nice. Getting pumped for the PTQ.
Depending on what our situation for casting is, I might just cast instead of play, but I don't know. We'll see.
So, yeah, we'll play it by ear. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I just want to make sure we get all the big news out. We want to try to get everyone pumped for the PTQ, get everyone excited, possibly to have matches streamed on Twitch, make it feel so. I don't. Star City streams. Why shouldn't we?
Yeah, exactly.
And we got better commenters than.
Oh, definitely.
I was trolling. Oh my god, I was trolling GFAB so hard. It was so fun. It was so fun. I remember the stuff I was saying. Oh, I was like, can we? They brought like food in and we're just like, just eating on camera and this and that. And they're like, yeah, we're going to a winning match. I'm like, can you guys just skip the winning match so I can watch you guys eat for an hour? Talking about nachos, it was funny stuff. Oh, I was asking I asked like 5 or 6 really ultra serious questions, like what are your most prized Magic cards, like not value related. And it's like what do you get from Magic? Then I'm like, just the dumbest questions. Oh, they're like I'm like, yeah, could someone name a legacy deck and we'll talk about it? I'm like, aggro loam. So it's like someone mentioned Rug Over. No, we didn't. No, we did not. But yeah, so it was fun. So hopefully get a stream going and things like that. I'm also throwing an idea around. I don't know. Like this would be something. The good players who are listening. Clearly none of the good players actually listen to this podcast. No one actually plays Magic at a normal basis. Does. Oh, segued from that. Shout out to my parents who apparently listen to this podcast. And my brother, they're like, my mom was like, it's like, yo, you give this guy all these shout outs, but you don't give us shout outs. I'm like, his name's Alex Bianchi and he's the greatest.
That's like the opposite of what my dad said. I made it 3 minutes into the cast, new personal best.
Yeah, so it's weird. Like my parents found the podcast and listened. That's kind of weird, but at the same time, like I thought I had no life. Wait, what are you doing on this Saturday? Talking about Magic. After that, watching Magic.
Oh,
trade Magic cards. But yeah, I don't even know where I was.
You said you were kicking around an idea.
Oh, kicking around an idea. I know Kai had a big finish, this and that. I was trying to get a big Buffalo store to sponsor a Magic team, and they went another direction apparently, and just I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, I want to try to get like a Buffalo Magic team, they help out in terms of travel and this and that and so forth. Even despite the fact that I don't even live in Buffalo and don't even really play Magic events, but yeah, I was trying to get like a team going. So if a team doesn't actually happen and this and that, and people want to go under like the team, the Slam Dunklers,
Team Dunkler.
Team Dunkler. Team Dunkler, if there were interest between, between some, the good players and some, people who want to become good players and, things like that, I would be up for making like a Team Dunkler. And
that'd be cool.
I mean, it's one of those things like, it might help, push the whole, let's get a Buffalo team idea or a store team idea. And I know the smaller stores have a hard time, if you won't be able to sponsor and things like that, but I'd love to have like a kind of like a team, to like represent my area and be like, yeah, I know that guy. I mean, I'm judging a GPT tomorrow, and I'm going to be talking about, the guy who came in 40th. I ate lunch with him. Dick Road Wegmans reference. I mean, because you got to name drop someone.
Yeah.
If you can. So.
And there was a point where where Kai Burnett was the highest rated Kai in a tournament that featured Kai Bood.
Oh yeah, for a good chunk of it he was.
Yeah, and then Kai Bood top 16. So
yeah.
Oops.
I mean, yeah, he was playing against like Living End, like
Scrubs like Hetrick. Yeah.
How lucky are you to be playing against Living End at day 2 of a Pro Tour? Jeez, and props to Hetrick for playing that deck.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those things. It's a meta choice, but like, I mean, I don't know what happened to him. Like the wheels just fell off. He was XO going into day 2, and he's like, he finished like X5 or something.
Yeah, he finished lackluster.
He was like 3-5 just in his day 2, which is brutal. I mean, and that sucks. I mean, you hate to have it happen to someone, but at the same time, like, I don't know him, so. I mean, more power to him, for doing so well. But I mean, like, it's probably it's like starting a PTQ off 5-0 and just like losing out.
Yep, casual.
Yep.
Easy.
But yeah, so we talked about a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, and not that long amount of time.
Yeah, we're trying to do like the shorter podcast for everyone. Yeah. So hopefully we get we'll start this out. If we get 100 we're not gonna get 100 likes. No, we don't have 100 likes we got like 110 likes on the page. If we get if we get 11 new likes starting now until
make it 20.
How many did I say?
15. We'll do 15. You said 11 for some reason, which is a weird number.
Oh, cool, because we've got 114. It pushed us to 125.
Okay, sure.
It's nice to remember. So if we get 11 likes, go to 125 likes, we will give away a playset of the Kai Burnett tokens to someone, and we will have that person on the Slam Dunklers live stream of the PTQ in Buffalo if we actually do it. Not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And we'll also talk about a topic that you want to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. So, listen to the cast, do some likes. Give us a message if you want those Mitch Bolts, because I know they're sitting there and like, Zoo was seeing play, man. Those Nakados are around. On top of that, there's some Goifs going around. There's some Kitchen Finks going around. Scavenging oozes. You want to blow some scavenging oozes away. You got to get those bolts, man. Those bolts
played in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, bolts are played in Legacy. Bolts are played in every format. You got to get these bolts, and like it's free. Just tell us something awesome. Tell us an awesome Magic story. Tell us a joke about Magic. Just it's
almost anything will qualify.
Pretty much, just anything, man. Hook us up, because you just listen to the podcast, like it, this and that. Like us on Facebook. Facebook.com/slamdunklers. Do it up, man. Let's get pumped for the PTQ too. So if any of you guys have any things you want to talk about, prior to the PTQ, message us or just post. Be like, hey, talk about this on the next cast. I know Modern was a big thing, and a lot of new decks coming out from the Pro Tour. Well, I figure we'll all the pros talk about the new decks they come up with and this and that. They'll give us a better analysis than we will.
Yeah.
But with Modern season, kind of coming and going, or card prices, or standard decks, or whatever. Just let us know. We're not hurting for topics. We clearly have got enough of our personal lives to talk about. But yeah, give us something you want to hear, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So, John, you enjoy your
meeting with Mike Thomas.
You enjoy. I got to Skype with Mish's sister for the next 30 minutes. Clearly not. Mitch is gonna punch me when he sees me. With good cause.
Yeah. Completely justified.
Well, you know what'd be funny? If we lived in a world, if I'm not gonna get into the supernatural, but if there is a God and this God has a sense of humor, Mitch's sister's telling her friends that she dates the Slam Dunklers. It'd be one of those things where like she'll tell like one of my mutual friends, and he'll be like, oh, Slam Dunklers, who are they? And then like I'll be talking and this and that, and like I'll be hanging out with my friend and be like, oh, there's this girl who like dates these random guys and this and that, and I'll never find out because just the absurdity of it. It would just be priceless. It'd be something you see in a movie.
That's true.
Oh my!
More than a movie. You can't even write that.
No, I just did.
Just did.
Slam Dunklers, a love story. That was actually our Life from the Loam segment.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Or Joe Steet, a love story.
Oh God.
Oh, that's creepy.
Probably quit while we're at here.
Yeah, really.
Or at least not too far behind.
Speaking of too far behind, we will catch you guys on next week's podcast or whenever we get the next one up. So enjoy all that stuff. Hopefully you guys liked it. Shout outs to everyone who listened and give us some love back. Later, guys.
Yeah. See ya.